Welcome back. We've got something in from Grand Power, one of my all-time favorite brands, the K22S. That's right, 22 Grand Power. We'll take a look next on GBGuns. So, Grand Power is known for their incredible rotating barrel systems and 4 interchangeable backstraps, fully ambi controls, etc., etc. I hadn't tried one of their 22s. Let's take a look at what all comes in the box. We get our warranty in several languages. You get an Allen wrench and some replacement front sight posts for changing from different heights, and a brush. We'll see how the manual does. We have color. And of course, my question is always on manuals, how well they discuss field stripping, especially the Grand Powers, because I know some folks have had trouble with them. It's really not that hard, very similar to many of the Eastern European designs of yesteryear. Here are different back straps. We get 2 magazines. Let's get the case out of the way and take a look at the gun. So, non-rotating barrel. Of course, we can see it's clear. That is an easy slide to rotate or to cycle. You can tell it's very lightweight with that huge cutout there, very reminiscent of the Beretta 92 style. Let's see if our magazine ejects or releases. That's an ejection, as we've come to expect from Grand Power, even though this is a 22. It's got the sliders on both sides to help with loading, and numbered. Now, I can say, because I've already shot this thing, that I noticed the where the slider is, that's your number, not where the round lines up. So that's just a quick thing. For a second, I was thinking, man, I can't get any more than 8 rounds in here. No, it's you just got to follow where the slider is. So the magazines are polymer, which makes them very lightweight. And we'll take a look around the gun. So starting off on the business end, you can tell we've got a thread protector, because a lot of folks love running cans on 22. I wish I could. I don't have any cans appropriate for it yet. Put that back on. Our sight post appears to be polymer. It is numbered. You can see the 0 on there. That helps with identification for swapping out the different heights, probably for different velocity rounds. Nice and slim front end. We do have a rail spot there. And looks like, as with all European guns, we've got serial on the frame, serial on the barrel, serial on the slide. That's a signature European thing. We have some serrations on the front of the trigger guard for the folks that like to reach out there and do that. The takedown pins also have a little recess, not only for grabbing, but also works as a good memory point, which is great. Slide lock, slide release, easily within reach, nice and long. We've got a manual safety, does not decock, it's just a manual safety on this one. I know Grand Power tends to change things up. Let's get a snap cap in there and take a look at the trigger. So in case you were unfamiliar, 22s, it's not a good thing to dry fire. Reason being is the firing pin is meant to hit the rim of the case, which is butted up against the barrel. So if you dry fire, you're slamming your firing pin into the barrel. The barrel's hopefully a firmer, harder steel than your firing pin, and you're going to damage the pin. So we can see that we've got our dummy round in there. See how the trigger goes. Those of you that are on Facebook have already seen it. We've got our take up and a wall and break. That's all there is to it. See how reset is. Very short and crisp, audible, tactile, and then of course it breaks again, and I just lost my snap cap over the edge. So continuing on, we do have a little bit of a raised wall here to protect the magazine release, which is excellent. Keeps it from being bumped, also gives you a place to rest your thumb comfortably. Serrations on the front strap, and this interesting molded shape design that Grand Power is known for that fits my hand like a glove. Part of why I love it. Do have a little bit of a pinky rest on the magazine there. I barely need it. Can hold just fine without it. So I think most of you will be okay. And it's smooth enough that there's no pinch risk a la Glock 19 style. So that's nice. Coming around the back, look at our slide to frame. A little bit of side to side. Of course, it's very easy to move this slide because it's lightweight and meant for a 22. Here's our 3-dot sights. On the right side, you can see we've got all the same controls. Signature Grand Power. Neat looking gun. Next, we'll field strip this thing and take a look inside the gun. I nearly forgot. Can't believe you guys were going to let me do it. To show you the different back straps and how they affect grip. Right, so they're not labeled on the inside. This one's obviously the largest and has that extended beaver tail. So we'll see how they fit and what they do. This is what came on the gun. My hand fits comfortably on it. Looks like end of my finger goes right to the takedown point as a memory spot, and my trigger finger wants to rest maybe a little deep. So I'm easily putting my knuckle on the trigger itself. To change out the back strap, all you need is something to pry a little bit on the back, and once you've scooted it a little bit, they just come straight off. So that's what came on the gun. Let's get this guy. Looks like it's more of a curved back end. Looks a little rounded. That feels smaller. Yep, and it is smaller. You can see my finger now goes well past the takedown pin. So this has a little bit of a roundness, but feels shorter overall. My thumb is still getting to the controls. Trigger finger, I can easily go past my knuckle there. So this is certainly a small. Swap it out and see what we get with the other ones. Slides on. See, this has a very straight back, so less hump in the back end. Oh yeah, that feels much more 1911-esque. My trigger finger is still going past the reference point there, and on the trigger I can easily get my joint on the trigger. So too small for me, but gives a more 1911 straight back feel to it, with just a slight hump there so you can get your the meat of your palm around the gun. One more to try. This will be the largest. We can see we've filled in, obviously, some of the tang there. It is narrowed at the tail end where your hand folds. Oh, that's a lot bigger. Yeah, that feels bigger. My finger's now coming just shy of the takedown pin. And as far as trigger reach, now I have a more natural trigger reach of getting the center of my pad on the trigger there. This is a more correct fit for me, but I kind of like the one that came on the gun. But it's nice to have those options, and it's nice that it's so easy to swap on these Grand Power guns. You've seen this before if you've seen my other reviews of Grand Powers. Of course, I need a bigger screwdriver now to get that out. Anyways, I'll get the other one back. So one of the things I mentioned earlier is some people freak out with these Grand Powers and field stripping them. It's not that big of a deal. Just got to take the slide off over the back end, not too hard. We're going to put our middle finger here so we got something to hold on to, and pinch these takedown pieces, pull them down from both sides, bring the slide back and up, and it comes off the front. That's all there is to it. We can see we've got dual recoil springs. I wonder if removing one would help tune this for really lightweight ammo. And taking a look inside our gun, we got a plastic guide rod, not a big deal on a 22, and that steel chassis inside, just like with every other Grand Power. The chassis is serialed as well, of course. Very beautifully done. That CAV that you see on the back there, CAV, are the initials of the smith who assembled this. That's a Grand Power tradition. The slide's got initials in it as well. Looks very stout and sturdy. I'd say, if anything, overbuilt for 22, which is probably what makes it handle and feel more like a full-size Grand Power. Looking inside our slide, We can see any excess weight has been removed. Nice polished interaction there. External extractor. And there's our firing pin. Nice looking. So, for shooting this thing, take it out, and thanks to Aguila, we've got a variety of loads, all the way down to 20 grain subsonic and up to 60 grain. Plus, I've got some golden bullet, bucket of bullet ammo that I've had for a few years. I'm sure we'll give that a try and see what else is out there. I'm looking forward to this. This will be fun. I haven't shot 22s in a long time. You know, the ammo got scarce and we kind of put these things aside. Now the ammo's back and it's time to go play again. I'll get this out to the range. Thanks for watching.